Hello guys, it's Shopper King here back once again. Shout out to the video. Hajime Pro Round 1395 is out today. Shortly after 5. And it just goes right, there's no cover page for this week. And then now just start off right off the bat. The opening hit goes to Wally. The arena can only stare in shock and silence. It wasn't a deep hit, but Ricardo's face was certainly struck. Round 1395, Wally's taking the initiative. And Bill Stewart gets some insight on his thoughts. What, is that Jose Nargo in the corner? Wait a minute, is that Jose? Nah, it can't be Jose. And Bill Stewart says to himself, it's a boxing match. Of course he'll be hit. This is nothing like, this is nothing to be worked up about, right, Ricardo? It was just a look at Ricardo's mouth. And Bill's just like, hmm? And he looks. And then Bill says, what's the matter? Why do you look so puzzled? What on earth? Wow, this is Ricardo, and he says, what on earth? I've lost him while he's gone. He's an animal. It's like he disappeared from the ring, and the ref, he just dazed Ricardo. Something blasts past the ref, and it nearly touched him. He nearly touched him. And while it's like I couldn't hit him, and he's just zipping around the ref, Ricardo is processing the data. And voice like, dozens of top-notch boxers have challenged him before, but to act so comfortably in the ring with Ricardo, this is certainly a first. This is the first time I've seen it. And the audience is like, is he making fun of him? Don't disrespect our hero. Now that Mexican spirit undying. Don't get carried away just because you graze him. Fight properly. Don't you have any respect for the champion? No, this is Wally here. This is just a game. This is fun. This is a hobby. Nothing more than less. The arena is booing loudly. They're not happy with the champion behavior, the announcer says. No, that's not Jose Nargo. That's sad. But the guy next to Bill, he's like, it's just starting. We can overlook it for now. And we got Miguel touching his nose. That's right. We're just starting. And now, wait a minute, Miguel, what do you mean now? And I said he regroups. Wally is showing off an elite foot movement. He's dashing back and forth. And the announcer says he regroups. Both fighters are once again drawn close. Wally is moving back and forth. And the announcer continues. Wally hops left and right. He's certainly all worked up. And Ricardo, and he's putting his hands up. He's going for a high guard, high protection. And the announcer says he's holding up his hands high in response to the challenge unorthodox provocations. He's chosen a solid guard. And Ippo thinks to himself, to the very end, he's still observing him. This calmness is scary. Of course, there'd be lots of observations in only 3 minutes. So I guess that'll be the way. But if you try to adjust during those 3 minutes, he strikes you the exact instance. Hold on. The phone is having definitely difficulties. In other words, the more you show off, the quicker that instant comes. And that's what says Ricardo's face is coming. It's coming at me however you want. You could cut the tension with a knife. And Wally put both hands behind his back. What? Everybody's shocked. Oh my goodness, Wally's an animal. He's taunting the champion. And that's just like, what is this? Just what are we seeing? The complete opposite of Ricardo's guard is no guard at all. He even put his hand behind his back. Wally, what are you doing? And he's zipping on the way in. He's zipping in us. He's zipping on the way in. And that's just incredible electricity. And just like that, he closes in on Ricardo. And then the audience like, how dare you? How dare you? That's blasphemy. Matella Ricardo, tear him to bits. It sounds like that's too much. And Ippo's like, this is dangerous. And the announcer says they're within striking distance. Break next week. Wally's an animal. This man, I have no words. Wally's an animal. He's an animal. I knew this is the stuff I was talking about. How he still is Wally. Let's not forget, Ippo was like, He's at least like top 20 in the world when he fought Wally, and Ippo was like what, his third fight or second fight, and he turned Ippo to a bitch with barely any boxing knowledge. He wasn't even a veteran. He was a rookie. He still had the training wheels on. And now he's going against the real deal. Like, the potential for Wally, like I said in the video, like I talk about Wally, is off the charts. He just has it. And now he's committing absolute blasphemy in the ring, putting his hands behind his back. And Ricardo, for the first time we've ever seen, is going towards a high guard, limiting his vision, but completely protecting himself. And Wally could easily hit him while he was behind the ref. Easily. But he couldn't, because the ref was in the way. The taunting, these are things you can't prepare for. Can Ricardo remain mentally stern? Can Ricardo not lose it? Even then, if he does, he's not like, as far as you know, he's not like Alfredo Gonzalez. He's not a glass cannon. So even then, it's like, it's a case of, if Ricardo does go ballistic, and with the control and restraint of Gonzalez, and Ricardo, he'll still be an animal. But will that work against Wally? We already know that Wally's weak to body blows, but his movement is absolutely elite. And if Wally goes in right now, he could potentially get the champion on the ropes. But which is the biggest thing why I can't say that Wally somehow he's dominated or something like that, is because Wally, we have not seen Ricardo do anything significant. Every person he's boxed has been jab, 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 maybe a quick counter, jab, jab. He has never shown off his full arsenal. It is fully apparent that he can throw corkscrew blows, and I do believe Ricardo will mess him up with the corkscrew blows. I do believe this. The corkscrew blows will tear him alive. And he'll mix it in with some type of feint. And we get an image of Wally get his eye, just get a hole blown through him, but not really, as he gets back to the corner. I do see it happening. I do see some excellent imagery of Ricardo Martinez. But does it mean that Wally would lose? It depends. Because even on his way out against Ippo, Wally was standing there until the end. And he saw that Dempsey roll, and he took it like an animal. So it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. The fight is still up in the air. Ricardo, for a long time, probably have not been put in this position of something that he's just. This is some stuff I just haven't seen before. Like, this kid is doing stuff where it's just like. Honestly, I'm surprised Ricardo is not more happy right now. And I'm sure that's not the first time we see something like this, but it's just. Could it be possible, just like Itagaki and Sayeki, that Ricardo might realize he's not the only one to exist in this world with Wally? And it is up in the air, man. It's up in the air. It's up in the, he put the hands behind his back. That is extremely dangerous for Wally. His face is unprotected unless he's stiffing his neck like Ippo did against Gonzalez and some other people. No, against also Malcolm as well. But even then, he can get caught while weaving and get put straight to sleep depending how hard it was, or get sent straight down to the mat like he's a punch-out character. From that same merit, Wally's uppercuts are quite vicious. As one can Uchi, there are deadly. So it's just that in the combination with the semi-flicker Brian Hawk jabs. The man's is deadly, but that's just what we've seen before. We don't know what else Wally could have added to his arsenal. Does he have multiple gears like Sayeki? Is there another level to this? Could he be a counter machine like Miyata? There are so many ways you can go. If he counters like Sewa Moore, I know if I'd be able to take it, man. I'm gonna have to take a trip down to the hospital. But let's just say the last few opponents has been cream puffs on purpose to just further refine Wally, and it's just. It was a further polish. It wasn't. I don't know, man. It's. The fight is up in the air. The biggest advantage that Ricardo has is the fact that there's a lot of unknown variable. We haven't seen him go all out. We haven't seen him get busted up. Even against AJ Dante the first time, it was like, so maybe it was all right. It wasn't anything. Just like, And the second fight was even worse because Ricardo said out the back he hasn't changed. So it's just. The biggest thing I'm surprised about is that the fact that Ricardo right now isn't the happiest man in the world. Because he could just finally found his dancing partner. Now I understand. I said Sendo. I haven't turned my back on Sendo. But I got no horse in the race. If Wally wins, Sendo versus Wally would be excellent. No matter how much I want to see. And then the best part about it, if Ricardo loses, if Ippo decides to come back, maybe Ricardo will become the #1 challenger. If Sendo defeats Wally, Wally defeats it could go either type of way. But yeah, a lot of ways it can go. A lot of ways. Because just like with Sendo, Wally disappeared like a ghost. Like a complete ghost. He was gone. And Ricardo couldn't tell where he was. I didn't think he could do that to Ricardo Martinez. This man's an animal. I can't. This ain't possible. This ain't right, man. This is wrong. This is. Oh my! I don't know how Ricardo's gonna do it. Because we haven't seen how much Miguel prepared for the body blows and what he's done to do against the body blows. But because that's what I'm hoping we get out of this fight, and not just where we get two fighters just go in there and just don't improve, like the Amai versus Hoshi fight. They're just the exact same. So that's what I'm hoping. But I honestly believe it. There gotta be extra dimensions to Wally. There had to be some unknown power, Ricardo Martinez. There is something we still haven't seen. And even then, Wally got just as much whatever but from the fights he's had. He fought Ippo while he was an extreme novice. Could use his last like 20 plus fights to increase and polish his skills. You can argue he got just as big as an unknown value that Ricardo has. So that Ricardo had more fights, but Wally got extreme genius potential. This is the ultimate matchup. Then there's a break next week. Good thing because I gotta go to my sister's wedding in Nevada. So it's just it's a win-win for everybody. But I hope you guys like the chat. What are your thoughts on Wally versus Ricardo? Because apparently Ricardo is just he's not dumbfounded, but he is. It's like caught off guard. This is some. This could be potentially some new territory, or just retreading some old grounds. Who knows? But who would win, the young buck or the unstoppable elder stallion? This is just a veteran. This is just some nobody. This is a stallion for the past 20 years. Have never tasted the canvas. He has never seen defeat. Versus the young buck who have had all the potential in the world and has been training since his loss to Makuruchi. Who will win? Who will take it over? It's up in the air. Pretty boy, King. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.